What it do, good man fam, and welcome to the next episode of the IHAT podcast, the I Have a Theory podcast. Y'all want to hear something crazy? For some odd reason, females in this day and age, and some males as well, which is kind of weird, but don't seem to understand that all females are not the same. I don't know why they don't understand this thing, but they seem to think that all females are the same. And I think part of it has to do with something about which I'll speak sometime in the future. But the crazy thing is, females themselves, in their minds, understand the difference between them and another person standing next to them, whether it's a male or female. They understand the difference. But when it comes to females, they just outwardly show that they don't seem to think that there's a difference between the two. Now, whether or not they believe that, that's a different story. I'm just talking about what we actually see. And I'm sitting there thinking, why in the world would they not understand this when we all, with our own eyes, are looking at this person, this person, this person, this person? We can see all the difference in the world as far as physically, right? We can see all the difference in the world. We look at that person, we see, okay, that person's 5'3", they're 178 pounds. This person, 5'5", they're 125. This person is whatever. We can see all of that. But somehow, you ask them a question on a podcast, you ask them a question on some type of street interview, and what are they going to say? No, it just seems like everybody's just the same. No, she's not fat. No, she's not too skinny. No, she's not that. Is anybody anything other than perfect in your eyes? They know good and well that the answer to that question is, yeah, they are different. They are more, or rather less than perfect. But are they going to say it? No. But here's the thing. It doesn't matter whether or not you say it. It doesn't matter whether or not you tell somebody the truth outwardly. You can't lie to yourself. No matter how many times you try to lie to yourself is going to say what the truth is. Here's the difference. The difference is, if you don't tell anybody anything outwardly, then outside of God, nobody will know, because we can't read minds. We can't. This is not some type of sci-fi movie. So here's the thing. I took the time to figure out what's the difference between all of these different females when it comes to the inside of a female mentally, how she acts and how that manifests itself outwardly. Because although we can all see outwardly, the inside we may not be able to see, but when it shows itself outwardly, it lets us know the type of person that a person is a lot of times. And I think most of the time, really. Now, there are some outliers to where someone can be a really nice, really kind person, and something happens that triggers them to make them flip the freak out, and you see a side of them that a person like them wouldn't normally show, and you're surprised that they showed that. You're like, wow, I didn't think that they had that in them. Yes, those are outliers, but that person may normally be really kind, really sweet. I've seen that myself. My mom is like that. She'd be really kind and sweet, and then she'll have her moments just like everybody else. The crazy thing is, these people think that they can hide this stuff. We're talking particularly about modern females. They think that they can hide this stuff without anybody being able to see it, because they really believe that there is some superhero that can keep all of this stuff to themselves and nobody's ever going to know. Nobody's ever going to know. They're not going to find out that I'm a certain way. And I'm thinking, you do know we can see you, right? You do know that the way you act, the way that you think, all of that stuff comes into play with each other, because you will think a certain way and then you'll act a certain way without even realizing that you're doing it, because that's how humans work. It takes a special level of concentration for you to think one way and act a completely different way. That's eventually going to come out. The question is it going to come out in public or is it going to come out in private? If it comes out in private, then the people who were there in private, they could potentially tell what they saw from you. So you're going to be found out. And we've seen it across the world, particularly in the West, how modern females actually are in real life, action-wise. We're not just talking about mindset, we're talking about action-wise. And once we saw that, we started looking at how they were mentally. And they were dumb enough to actually come out on social media and save us the trouble of trying to go find out, wait, they're doing all of this craziness. Are they a certain way? And do the investigation thing, the whole Sherlock Holmes thing. They saved us all the freaking trouble. TikTok's one of the best apps in the world to see how modern females actually are. Because, you know, the clout that they love to have, they love to get, they can get it so much easier on TikTok than any other app. And a big part of that reason is because TikTok's an app to where people want to see the real you. They want to see the real you. So if you're a person who makes these toys, or you do Legos, or you do these little figurines or something, people want to see that you do that. They want to see you make mistakes. They want to see the real raw you. It's different on Instagram, because Instagram, people like to see more curated content. They want to see it more polished. But Instagram, they're like, you can just be you, flaws and all. And we know good and well when it comes to females, particularly modern females, that they want everybody to just be okay with everything. So that means if a person has flaws, if a person's a particular way, it should be okay to the world. That's how they think. Here's the thing though. Women, we're talking about traditional and modern women, they don't think like that. They don't think that everything should just be okay, that you can do whatever the freak it is that you want to do. It's crazy because...
So, what are your thoughts on this? Put it in the comments section, because comments really help push the video. Then grab yourself some merch on the way out in order to support the channel. And don't forget to click like and subscribe. Thanks, good man fam.